Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing CF Montreal 1, Forge FC 2, 2-3 on aggregate in the Canadian Championship 2024 quarterfinal leg 2. Forge FC wins! And they're moving on to the semifinals of the Canadian Championship. They finally get and snare their white whale. They beat Montreal. Draw at home at Tim Hortons Field. Win on the road at Stade Saputo. They move on. Could play Toronto. Could play Vancouver. Could play Ottawa or Pacific. We don't know. We'll find out next week during the draw. What we do know is Forge move on. And Montreal aren't. But Toronto are. Ha 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 ha. What a week. I love it. What a week. Saturday, Toronto beats the crap out of Montreal 5-1. Love to see that. Forge beats the crap out of Montreal. I wouldn't say beats the crap out of them, but survives and wins and moves on. You love to see it. Amazing. With that being said, delayed gratification, but the first half, 14th minute, Daniel Pata scores. Ball played into him. He's in traffic. He has a chance to take a shot. He puts it near post, top bins, smashes it home past Breza to make it 0-1, 1-2 on aggregate. And what a great start for Forge. 11 minutes later, though, Quasi Poku is in through, makes an amazing run, takes a shot. It does deflect off the foot of Breza, but only back into the net. Beautiful shot, beautiful goal. 0-2 on the night, 1-3 on aggregate. Forge gets 2 goals in 11 minutes, and that's all they would need. After that, they let Montreal have the ball. They don't go for more. They're happy with 2. They believe that's enough. Would they be correct? For 45 minutes, they would be. For, honestly, 20 minutes, they'd be correct. That would be enough. 22 minutes, they would be correct because of the 2 minutes of stoppage time. But they give Montreal the ball. They say, Montreal, do your worst. Attack. Try to score. You need 3. Do your worst. And nothing happens before the half. Montreal doesn't score any. Kalongo makes some good saves. Yes, Montreal. Forge was a little bit shaky at the back in that first half. I think they never expected to be up by 2 at all. I don't think they expected that at all. I think they were a bit shaky and nervous in that first half after they got the 2 goals and just let Montreal play, have the ball, clear it out as much as you can. Kalongo made some really good saves. Good first half. Forge did what they had to do. They got the 2 goals. They defended well enough. They did what they had to do. They move on to the second half. Halftime, 0-2, 1-3 on aggregate, which before they start playing in the second half, that leads to a Helitech rain delay. There's a rain delay for 2 hours due to non-severe thunderstorms, but squall-warned thunderstorms in the area. A line of 3 looked like. The Weather Channel radar did not say that. Hell, AccuWeather did not say that. But I was reading the radar right. I just didn't have the right picture if you were watching the stream. But with that being said, I kind of want to hear about what the severe weather or the storms were like out there. So if you're in Montreal and watching this, you could also comment storm reports because I'd gladly like to hear them. You may not have ever heard that from anybody else, but you could talk about the match. You could tell me storm reports if you're in the city or in the surrounding area. Please. I would gladly thank you. I want to hear what happened. Squall warning really is just a special weather statement. But with that being said, rain delay. They're not playing for 2 hours. They come back. Part of that was them re-warming up for 20 minutes. But they do get to play the second half. And Forge does the same thing they did in the first after they scored the 2 goals. They let Montreal have the ball. They said, do your worst. They defended a bit better. They still made some mistakes defensively. They still were a little bit antsy. I just think those mistakes were forced mistakes, but they did not lead to goals. They made the saves. They cleared the ball out. They got it cleared. Took a little bit longer than it should have sometimes, but in the end, they still got it out. But in the 66th minute, Montreal gets one of the three they need. Victor Wanyama heads the ball in off the corner. A good header by Victor Wanyama to make it 1-2 in the 66th minute, 2-3 on aggregate. At that point, they needed 2 goals in 20 minutes. Or 24 minutes. 28 if you add the stoppage time. Did it happen? No. They stayed behind schedule for the rest of the half. Forge defends very well for the rest of the half. They stymied the Tide very well as the second half ran along. They did not allow Montreal to gain more momentum from that goal. They defended to their heart's content. They bled blood, sweat, and tears to get out of there. And in the end, full time, 1-2 on the night. Montreal loses at Stade Saputo. Forge wins in Montreal and wins on aggregate 2-3 to move on to the semifinals. Forge get it done. I wouldn't say by the skin of their teeth. I thought they defended very well throughout the match. I mean, seriously, I thought they defended amazingly throughout how this match went. I love it. I loved it. Yeah, they allowed a goal, but in the end, they won on the night and won on aggregate. They cup set Montreal. They came into their stadium and won. They had to win or 1-1 draw. It was a very slim situation, and they got it done. Any draw past 1-1 would have put Forge through. Not Montreal, but Forge through. But you'd rather win. If you're going to go there to go get a cup set, you'd rather win. Stats are as follows. 24 shots to 5, 8 shots on goal to 2, 69% possession, 31% possession, 700 passes to 340, 93% pass accuracy to 84, 14 fouls to 3, 4 offside to 3, 1 yellow card to 3, 0 red cards to 0, 13 corners to 2. Now, listen. Montreal. Injuries really cost you. Again, you had 2 players on the bench worth a damn to bring in. Lasseter did nothing. Piet, good defender, not really a good forward. I mean, he, put 3 over the bar? Vilsant, your best offensive player off the bench. He tried. I gotta say, Vilsant tried. I was afraid of him as he played in this game. But it was a rotated side. Like, all these injuries have taken their toll. And I'm not saying that makes you bad. What I am saying is Montreal does not know how to play with all these injuries. And I will also say that I'm very shocked that Montreal did not use that Toronto loss and say, nope, we can't lose tonight. No, we're not going to let that happen. I saw them so lackadaisical. Like, seriously, Montreal played so lackadaisically. They said, screw it. We don't care. Like, they were so broken by that Toronto loss that they said, screw it, this doesn't matter. I don't like that mentality. And I hate Montreal. And they were basically like, okay, yep, fine. They did not put anything in this game. Yeah, they got a goal back. They're an MLS team. Even with a B-side, they should score at least once on Forge. Have you seen what they did with B-sides before this year against Forge? In Stade Saputo, no less. Have you seen it? I have. I was expecting 1 to be scored by Montreal. And honestly, with the way they were attacking, I expected more. I'm surprised they didn't come back. Not saying Forge is bad defensively. What I am saying is Montreal, my God, they went through the motions. I'm not going to lie. They went through the motions. They were like, it is what it is. We'll go through the motions. We're fine. No, you're not. You're not. And you're eliminated. And deservedly so. I mean, Forge played harder that whole game. Arguably the whole tie. They played harder. They deserved to go through on a winning record. Not just away goals. On a winning score. They deserved to go through. And they did. Well deserved by Forge. The way they played, they found their way. They scored 3 goals against Montreal over 2 legs, 2 of them tonight at Montreal. And they still didn't let that rain delay ruin them either, which is crazy because, you know, some people were thinking, Gareth Wheeler was thinking, that the rain delay could hurt them. Like, we haven't seen Forge play a big match and come back after a rain delay and do what they had to do. Like the CD Foz match. Well, that was a lighting delay, but I think the first leg had a rain delay as well. Or one of them did. Either way, they've done this before. They know how to handle this. And they got what they needed. They didn't score more than 2, but did they need more than 2? Nope. Nope. And I thought they played this game about as masterfully as they could. They played this about as masterfully as they could. Defensively, they looked great. Sadly, they allowed the goal from Wanyama, but you can't beat a bullet header like that. I don't care who's in goal. Kalongo's not that guy yet. Good goalkeeper, but he's not that guy yet. Daniel Pata. My God, he's amazing. He's amazing. When he came in on loan from Rayados, I was like, this is interesting. I was like, he may be a bit too good for the league. He might just be. Like, he might just be good enough for MLS. No joke. Like, he's amazing, Daniel Pata. Great player. Amazing player. And he got the goal. Almost got an assist on a turn with the ball towards Poku. Could have been 3. I think it should have been. But Para's got a good head on his shoulders. I'm going to give him man of the match. Daniel Para's man of the match. Good head on his shoulders. Good player. Has good thoughts. Works the game through well in his head. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. So, Pata, man of the match. With that being said, Forge did what they had to do. Simple as. They did what they had to do. Montreal choked. Not that I'm going to complain. They got some soul searching to do after this past week. They really do. Forge, enjoy the semifinals. Preferably against Toronto, but we'll see how you get drawn next week. With that being said, though, I think that's about as good as it is. Yeah, after a 4-hour delay, yeah, we'll go with it. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification once subscribed, send super chats on the live streams, comment on this video, put us to play this, share with friends and family, all that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review of the first leg of the Liga MX Clausura final. Cruz Azul versus Club America in the first leg. I'll see you tomorrow for that. And with that being said, congratulations, Forge. Commiserations, Montreal. You love to see it. There's a hole in Quebec that they call Montreal. Go to hell, Montreal. Go to hell. Let's go, Forge. Come on. What a week. I'm out. Peace.